Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa Ramadan Kareem. Ramadan Mubarak, inshallah. I was asked to make a short video to update the alumni and students who maybe have not been able to keep up to date with the work that the institution and the position of the chaplain and the student groups have been able to do on campus. The most important thing I think it is to note is that this is not one person. There are a great deal of alumni that have been working hard on this, and obviously there have been numerous organizations and students on campus that work tirelessly to accomplish these things. The chaplain position is in order to supplement what the students are already doing. So we asked the students and we asked the alumni what it is that they were looking for, and one of the main things that they asked for was to have office hours. So we've been able, alhamdulillah, the community's been able to provide office hours 3 times a week during the winter and the spring, and we hope inshallah during the fall as well. So students come in asking about questions about Islam, or they come in to talk about maybe a problem that they're going with personally, they're dealing with personally, or they just sit and want to talk with somebody. So alhamdulillah, we try to offer them some tea or some coffee, maybe a snack or two when they're not fasting, and try to have some time that we get to spend time with them. Alhamdulillah, we believe that that's been a great success through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another thing that we've been trying to offer the community is organizational support. So a lot of the Muslim organizations on campus, including the MSA, maybe are reaching out for some type of advice about an event they're planning or something that's happening in the community. And we've been trying to work together to form a solid coalition of Muslim students and Muslim organizations that support the Muslim community regardless of sect or regardless of ethnicity or regardless of the services that they provide. Another thing that we've been able to do is, alhamdulillah, interact with the university. The university has been extremely supportive. We've been able to meet with people in the administration and then just different offices. We've been able to meet with some of the deans and obviously work with ARC, the Association of Religious Counselors, that's not through the university but works with the university to deal with religious issues. Another thing that we've been able to do is to build a plan, a strategic plan. So we've been working very hard with the students and very hard with the alumni to create a strategic plan for what we wish to do. How is the chaplain position going to develop? How are we going to create this institution on campus? How are we going to achieve that end? So alhamdulillah, we've been able to work hard to develop a primary plan, and you'll hear more about that shortly, inshallah ta'ala. Another thing that we've been able to do is offer educational support. So alhamdulillah, during the spring, some of the students had asked me for private classes about certain things that had to do with Islam, whether it's an Islamic law or a hadith or prayer or how to recite the Quran. Alhamdulillah, we were able to offer that to them a few times a week. The last thing that I wanted to note is where we're going from here. So alhamdulillah, the alumni and the students have been working together to create that plan that we're talking about. The most pressing thing that we're trying to do right now is to develop 2 committees. One committee that's going to be dealing with Muslim life and services that I'll also be working heavily with to create a plan about what we need to offer the Muslim community on campus. What type of educational, what type of support services do we want? If we're going to build an institution, what type of experts are we going to need? These are the types of things that we'll be working with that committee about. And that committee will be working with the coalition of Muslim students to figure out what it is that we're going to be able to offer to this community. Because we don't want to be alumni that are only telling the students what they want, but we're interacting with the students to see what it is that they need, and we're being kind of that dynamic aspect of change to help support the students. The development committee will be working with the alumni to figure out a plan to develop a strong endowment that will financially be able to support not just the different positions that we hope to create, but inshallah to help create the institution in the future and the actual space. We're actively working to support the students to create resources and services through which we can support them and be there for them, to have a strong cadre of staff, not just a chaplain. Inshallah, we're hoping to have an executive director and a secretary and a development officer and a program director, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, that can work together before we even build that institution and be able to build that space, inshallah, that students will be able to benefit from. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi sallam ajma'in. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.